in the comments on my YouTube channel, and then also my students in person tell me how badly they want to become a good artist. In fact, one of my in-person students recently told me that he signed up for my class at the art museum because he had punched through his wall. He was so frustrated that he hadn't pursued this dream of his. And those of us who are professional artists know the countless hours that we have spent dedicating to this craft so that we can become a professional artist. And so I thought it would be helpful for you all that are just at the start of your journey to ask yourself these 3 questions so that you can start to figure out, is this the right path for you? Question number 1, do you really want to become a better artist? So this might seem like a silly question because you're already here watching a video that's about wanting to get better at drawing. But you need to take a deep breath, get really centered, and ask yourself, do I really want to get better at drawing? You might notice that a natural response is sort of like, yeah, but, or some other half answer of yes, sort of, or something. I don't know. You might have this like dragging your feet kind of feeling, a little bit of resistance. Sometimes it shows up like, yeah, but I don't have the time, or yeah, but I don't have the money. So I think the answer has to be a really clear, strong yes, or those feelings of resistance will definitely get in your way. I say this from my own personal experience and my own wishes to learn, that it's easy to say I want to do something, but then to actually do it is another thing. To actually make myself like sit down and do the practice is a totally different thing than saying that I want to do it. So getting really clear about what we want is that first step. If there's resistance or dragging feet or yeah, but mixed in there with our yes, it's going to keep you from practicing. So get really honest with yourself, and if you're not quite committed yet, let yourself off the hook. Ease up on yourself. I mean, forgive yourself for having other priorities that are also important. Maybe you have a full-time job, maybe you have kids, maybe you have other things that you're studying. And so sometimes the only trick to making a real commitment is giving ourselves permission to not quite be ready for that commitment just yet. And if you are a clear yes, then the next question is also really important. Question number 2, are you willing to be uncomfortable? So learning something takes being humbled by those beginning steps where we don't know how to do it. I wish there wasn't this stage that we all had to go through, and I also wish it was a whole lot shorter. But we have to be willing to be bad at something that is new, or we won't stop being new at it ever. The difference that I see in my students who learn more rapidly than the ones who progress more slowly is their attitude. The students who spend more time saying mean things to themselves, like, we do this all the time. I know I say things like this to myself, like, this stinks, I'm bad at it, this drawing is horrible, this looks bad, I suck at this practice is not going well. When we say those things, we usually progress more slowly. It's just a matter of where we're putting our energy. So if I put my energy toward feeling ashamed at my results, my energy is not going toward trying again. It's in the failing and trying that my results actually change. So asking yourself the question, are you willing to spend time feeling uncomfortable, gives you permission to do things badly, but not feel bad about yourself as a person. This brings us to question number 3. Are you giving each drawing the time that it needs for that drawing to be a success? So a lot of my students have this sort of like work production mode mindset where they're used to their professional life and they're trying to produce a lot of different drawings in a short amount of time. And that usually will get them better at drawing outlines, but it's not going to get them better at drawing really nice, high quality, realistic drawings. So for this example, I like to use the idea of a handmade mug like this one versus a machine-made mug that's made in a factory that's like made with 30,000 other mugs that look exactly like this. This handmade mug, by the way, I think it cost me $40. It was made by an artist in Michigan who had a studio where all they did was make functional pottery, and they made individual pieces, but none of them were exactly the same. So even though they worked out the glaze recipe and the sort of form of this, nothing was exactly the same, even though they were making other mugs the same day with the same clay, with the same glazes and things like that. This mug, I don't know how much it costs, but my guess is probably about $2.50, maybe $4. So there are a million mugs made like this. Nothing is supposed to be different and unique about it. And you know, if you drop it and break it, that's great. It's not a big deal. You just go get another one. So I think of drawing in the same way. So you could do a million different outlines and sketches, and you could work really fast. You could work really quickly. I don't know how to say that. But so you could do that, and you could produce a lot, and none of them would necessarily get you any better at the style of drawing that you're trying to achieve. It's going to kind of flatline you, where you're just producing the same type of drawing over and over again. But you know, maybe it's a different subject. You're drawing a bird versus a dog, but the drawing and the quality of the drawing is going to be the same over and over again. That's like our mass-produced mug. Instead, you want to think of it like it's probably going to be better practice for you if you set up, okay, I only draw 15 minutes a day, or I only draw 30 minutes a day, but I'm going to be working on one drawing that takes me a month to complete. That type of drawing is going to produce a much different result than the one where you do a completed outline drawing and you do one every day, but you do one, you know, every day, and you're not spending any more time on it. So you've got to spend more time on it. You've got to work out some of the details. You've got to make it unique, make it really, you know, specific, and slow down. It's about slowing down. Drawing is always about slowing down, unfortunately. So that last question, I think, is really, really important. Are you willing to give each drawing the time that it takes? So those are my 3 questions for you guys. And I hope that if you can answer those for yourselves, you will be closer on your journey to becoming the artist that you wish to be.